How often do you think about the Oscars? About how many Oscar-winning films there are and how many you've seen? Yeah, there's a few famous Oscar-winning films that we've all seen. You know, The Godfather and Lord of the Rings and Titanic. I'm King of the World, all that stuff. But the Oscars have been running since 1927. There are currently over 1,000 films, feature-length films, which have won an Oscar. How many have you seen? I did the numbers for myself. It's not many, and I consider myself quite a movie buff. So here then is the premise of this podcast. Every episode, I and a rotating cast of two guests will randomly select one of the 1,000 films that have won an Oscar, watch it, and talk about it, with the only requirement being that one of the three people on each episode has to have never seen the movie before we talk about it. That will get difficult with Star Wars. Please note that our coverage of a movie does not constitute an endorsement of it. My least favorite movie of 2016, David Ayer's Suicide Squad, won an Oscar for Best Makeup, while my favorite movie of 2016, The Handmaiden, wasn't even nominated for anything. Please also note that our coverage of a movie is not a blanket endorsement of any or all of the people involved in it. A lot of terrible people have won Oscars. Kevin Spacey won an Oscar 20 years before he was outed as an abuser, and Roman Polanski won one 20 years after. But every film, good, bad, or in many cases mediocre, that has won an Oscar is an important part of film history just for being there. And they all, on some level, deserve a tiny bit of consideration, even if that consideration ends up concluding that it's garbage. And with all of that in mind, I'm your host, as always, Ellie McConaughey, and with me today is Liz the Librarian.
Hi.
Todd B.
Ahoy, hoy.
And Gillian.
Hi.
And we are not here today to talk about a movie. We are here today to discuss the nominees for the 98th Academy Awards, some of which will probably be eligible for my podcast eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. We're not we're mostly just vibing here today, folks. So we're just gonna kick it off.
We're totally vibing. I just had a big hard cider, so I'm vibing already.
Liz just had a big hard cider. I have a grape Nas. Yeah. I don't have anything to add to that. So we're kicking it off, right? Our Best Picture nominees for the 98th Academy Awards are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. I wonder who Liz thinks should win.
Well, I mean, my favorite movie of the year was not on it. If anyone's wondering, I picked Eddington as my favorite of the year. I love Ari Aster. He's not for everyone, but his weird shit's definitely for me. So.
Liz sees Ari Aster just like neurons activated.
Look, as someone who has a lot of anxiety, Beau is Afraid truly speaks to me. Anywho, I mean, if I had to pick anyone to win, I actually would pick Sinners. I mean, that was the movie of the year.
It was. Yes. I mean, it was the critical hit. It was the crowd favorite. It was the across-board success story that the Academy, in a perfect world, would go, yeah we got it.
I think this is overall Paul Thomas Anderson's year. I think it's going to be One Battle, which is also another movie I absolutely loved. I am not going to be angry if it wins. I'm actually going to say, having seen all but two of the nominees, I think this is a very solid slate this year. I'm also just going to say this. Since the Green Book debacle of 2018, the Oscars, I think the changing of the Academy makeup has been, for the most part, for the better. I think we have gotten better nominees. I think we've gotten better winners. And especially, I would say, the past 4 years, I think, have been really good in terms of having a good, diverse slate of movies. So, but yeah, I would be okay with any of them winning. I have not seen F1. F1 is the one I'm really like, I could think of a couple other movies that could be here. But, hey, I'd be happy with, I mean, I'm like, One Battle, Sinners, Secret Agent is really good. I'd be actually pretty cool if Secret Agent, like, if that surprised everyone, I'd be like, you know what? That's fine. Begonia 2 would be kind of a great surprise. Like,
I haven't seen Go ahead.
I'm going to stake my prediction here. I've said this elsewhere, but it's now officially on record. Begonia is going to be the Always the Bridesmaid, Never the Bride. A bunch of nominations, not a single win, because that movie is going to be, yes, Yorgos did well with Poor Things, but Poor Things is whimsical weird. This is dark and uncomfortable weird. There is an entire extended sequence where Emma Stone is electrocuted to the strains of Green Day. That's going to be too much for a lot of Oscar voters.
Which song? That's the important part there.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I think it's probably going to be one battle after another. I'd love it would be Sinners, but I mean, one battle is also, I think, an incredibly worthy winner. So
I think Sinners has a better shot at it than One Battle. I think One Battle is a little too openly political about this particular moment to win. The Oscars don't generally like to do that these days.
Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see where the Guild Awards go, because I mean, when we did this last year, I figured, Anora's not winning. It's probably going to be The Brutalist. That's what the Academy loves, and I was very happily proven incorrect because I loved Anora.
And we are all going to be shocked when my Best Picture of 2025 suddenly knocks it out of the park and takes it home. We're talking Marty Supreme.
Here's the thing. I would not write Marty Supreme out as a possible spoiler here.
I wouldn't either, no. This is the first, once it got up to the starting line, I don't know, I don't know how to explain Marty Supreme. I have to see it again before I can, really intellectualize it. The best way I can describe it is, the first 20 minutes, I was thinking, I think I'm gonna hate this movie. And then by the 45-minute mark, I'm like, everything this movie is doing works perfectly for me. I think I love everything about it.
I think I think the way you liked this movie is the way I am with Ari Aster, where it's like, I get it. I get why people like it. I just didn't.
I've heard people give me negative reviews, and all of them amount to that. It's that really complicated thing where, what people hate about this movie is what I liked about it. Yeah, it's really stressful, and there's these weird scenes that don't go anywhere, and every character is a terrible piece of shit. 5 out of 5 stars.
So, for me, this qualifies, and this is normally a phrase I use for movies I would consider bad. This is a rare case where I think it's a phrase I'll use for a movie I would say is a genuinely good movie. I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah, I just put it as, I like Marty Supreme. I know it's not a bad movie. I perfectly am okay with being nominated. I just hated that little piece of shit so much. And
he's so awful.
Yeah, it got to the point where I'm like, I don't even like watching this little asshole. Anywho, I will stop talking. I'll let other people go on.
Yeah, we have been talking over Jillian. Jillian, what do you think is going to win?
I have to switch out laundry, so I'll be back.
Liz has to switch laundry. I have not seen Marty Supreme yet, so I have no opinion on it, but also both Sinners and One Battle have decent narratives going in. Coogler has the whole thing with the rights, and there's there's that whole thing that he had to do with the rights and battling the studio system, and how Sinners kind of became its own meta-narrative about...
True.
Yeah, and then One Battle after another is Paul Thomas Anderson is back!
So, speaking of Coogler's meta deal there, how much crow do you think the writers at Variety are choking down right now?
On a scale of...
I think the
about
only
6 or 7.
I think the only person who was more upset about Sinners getting 16 nominations than the writers at Variety is James Cameron. Plus, also, I don't think it's going to win much of anything, but I will just toss it out there. My boy Joachim Trier, great to see you. Great to see you. It's always good to see you. I'm always happy when he shows up.
I really need to see more Trier's work, because between this and Worst Person in the World, I am fast becoming converted.
The Worst Person in the World is an amazing movie, and I don't know how to say this without sounding like a weirdo, so I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off. His movie before that, the horror romance movie is one of my comfort watches.
Hey, that's totally fair. By the way, this is a comment that can apply anywhere, but I'm just going to get this. Speaking of ripping the Band-Aid off, I'm just going to get this take out there now. Park Chan-wook was done fucking dirty.
Oh, he always is. I saw Zandy and I were talking. Shout out to Zandy about like some article that he read that referred to him as like a newcomer director, and we're just sitting there and like, guy made Old Boy, that guy. You fucking kidding? I don't know. I love Park Chan-wook. I wish he'd get more flowers. What the hell is Train Dreams? Moving on.
There's Star Wars people in it, so I know it's
I will give
eligible
it a
for
shot.
Sam.
Sorry.
I know it's eligible for Sam's because it has both Joel Edgerton and Felicity Jones, but
Felicity Jones is in this.
She edger on my tongue until I Joel. No, that's nothing.
I mean, no disrespect to her.
Who up edging their Joel? No.
I always say no disrespect. I'm sure Felicity Jones is a very nice person, but she is one of those performers that every time she's in a movie, she's the weakest part of the movie for me.
Sorry about women talking there. It was her, right?
No. That was Rooney Mara, she's another actress where I don't think she's bad, but man, again, every ensemble she's in, she's the weakest part of the ensemble. I felt that way about Women Talking in Nightmare Alley. I was like, oh, I felt bad because you seem okay, but everyone's like Jessie Buckley is running circles around you.
Jessie Buckley. Jessie Buckley. We'll get to her in a moment. Our nominees for Best Director are Chloe Zhao for Hamnet,
hell yeah,
Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners.
Woo!
Okay, if Coogler doesn't win picture, he's going to get director, and also vice versa for PTA.
I think that's a way this could go, because I think the Academy does like the idea of, we could make history here.
Yeah.
Also, this kind of raises the question, because again, we're going back and forth where it seems like it's neck and neck between Coogler and Anderson. Is there a chance the voters might get a little self-conscious about the idea of, are we giving this to Anderson because we feel he's due? Because there has been the whole narrative of
that does seem likely. Of like, we like you, we recognize the good you're doing. Here's not a consolation prize, but yeah, consolation prize is too.
Yeah, because I do want to push back on this would be a PTA consolation prize, because I think this is his best movie at the very least since The Master. And I also say this, I liked Phantom Thread, didn't love it. I really liked Inherent Vice, but it definitely was he just, in comparison to stuff like There Will Be Blood and The Master, definitely doesn't reach those heights. And I absolutely hated Licorice Pizza.
I still haven't seen Licorice Pizza.
It's okay. This is another one where I'm like, I don't think it's bad. I just did not have a great time watching it. But, like, for me, I saw One Battle as, this is a return to fucking form. This is the PTA I know and love. So, he's not sleepwalking. So, if he wins, it's deserved. Like, this is another one where I look at every single nominee, and I'm like, you all deserve to be here. You're all fantastic.
You're all winners!
I mean, but you're all...
But in a more technical, real sense.
Yeah. Again, I'm kind of thinking, like, I think this is the year where this isn't like last year where it seemed to be, there was a little bit more up in the air. It almost seems already set in stone that One Battle is going to be the winner, but I am not ruling out a Sinners upset, but if you asked me today to put some money down, I'm like, I'm betting on PTA for director.
I mean, to Jillian's point from before, this feels like it's dueling narratives between Coogler and Anderson.
Yeah, and I think
that's the whole Academy race at this point. It's like, it's mainly Sinners versus One Battle, and a couple of other movies might win some awards too.
I think that my one reservation about One Battle winning a bunch of stuff is that it is a movie. It's not fucking around. It is not comfortable political. It is uncomfortable, and I think that might hurt it more than we expect.
I mean,
I am-
Anora wasn't a comfortable movie. I think Anora, there were a lot of people who were very like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable in the same way, but Anora was not a movie that was, it was okay being uncomfortable. So I think there are more voters that are okay with that now.
I'm not saying uncomfortable in terms of its subject matter. I'm talking about, when the Academy likes movies that are political, it likes movies about racism, like Green Book. You'll note that we haven't had another movie about racism really since Green Book, because movies like Green Book aren't really getting made that much anymore.
I am still having flashbacks of the weird night and day of discussing Green Book and In the Heat of the Night with you, and just
Yeah, but my point is that, like, whatever, I liked Denora a lot. I will just say that, but it was not politically radical. One Battle After Another opens with the main characters heroically storming an ICE detention camp at gunpoint. It is not fucking around.
At the same time, couldn't we see that potentially, again, because the voter base has changed, that they might say, like, let's award a movie that sends a bit of a message?
We'll see where that lands.
Let's consider this the test drive for the voters on that regard.
I think that's a good idea.
Our Best Actor nominees, you're going to be hearing a lot of the same movies. This is just the Oscars, people, so if you're going to don't complain about that to me, commenters who don't exist. Our Best Actor nominees are Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for Secret Agent.
Yeah.
So it's Michael B. Jordan, right? We can just move on.
I'm feeling it.
I can see Leo. I can see Timothy or Leo as an upset. Ethan Hawke as a complete self-indulgent wildcard pick.
Ethan Hawke is the happy to be here.
Let's be honest. Ethan Hawke should have gotten his flowers for First Reformed.
Fuck, First Reformed is so good.
I'm so glad Blue Moon's getting some recognition.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I think it's going to be Chalamet. There's already a lot of buzz of Chalamet was snubbed last year. I feel like this could be a makeup award. And I'm going to say this, as much as I did not enjoy Marty Supreme, the fact that I hated that little shit so much, I'm like, well, you did your job as an actor. Because Marty is supposed to be an unlikable, unrepentant asshole.
And piggybacking off of Timothée Chalamet last year, you know what movie got completely snubbed?
What's that?
Bruce Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere.
Oh, jeez, you're right.
I thought it was gonna go in. It's like, this is gonna be Jeremy Allen White's nomination.
It's the year of Springsteen, baby. Springsteen's factor going up.
Ellie, I have to ask, as a resident Springsteen fan, how did you feel about that movie?
Didn't see it. I'm reflexively. I'm just gonna say this up front for both my audience and for y'all. I am reflexively skeptical of musical biopics nowadays.
As you should be.
I still haven't seen the one that everyone tells me is really good.
Rocket Man.
The monkey.
The monkey.
The monkey one.
No, that movie was horrifying. No.
So
that movie
people tell me it's really good.
That mix-up just makes me imagine a version of this where anytime Robbie Williams sings a song, somebody dies in a horrific freak accident.
I do like to be beside the seaside.
Also, I'm going to say this, The Monkey was one in my top 10 this year solely because, and I put it in when I wrote it up, I said, a woman dives into a pool and blows up. This movie was made for me and me alone.
I can't judge that. I had Queens of the Dead in my top 10.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Timothée Chalamet wins. I think he's got, from what I'm seeing in terms of a lot of like awards prerequisites, he's got the juice to go. Personally, I would love to see Michael B. Jordan win. I point out to people, I'm like, when you first see Smoke and Stack, the fact that you can tell their personality types by body language alone, I'm like, that is Michael B. Jordan does very good and smart acting choices for both of these characters. And I do think it's something where it's like, man, a black man can play two different people and still lose to a white man.
I'm going to point out, in general, it seems like the actor playing identical twins just does not seem to clear the distance. See also Jeremy Irons and Nicolas Cage.
Okay, You know what? Fair. That's very fair. But yeah, no, I think I could, here's the person I think could be an upset. Wagner Moura. That is a movie, The Secret Agent has been stealthily gaining
he's been building heat.
Steam. So if there's an upset, I say look to him. Who I think was snubbed, I can't really say anyone was snubbed because everyone who is here is great. At the same time, I would have loved to have seen Jesse Plemons in there. He's fantastic in Begonia. Todd, you can go.
I think be a supporting, basically.
No, I could see their case for him as best actor on that one.
Yeah.
And again, it would have been one where I do wonder if part of a costume is, again, that is not a comfortable performance. This is a guy who in the general pain and misery of his life, he goes down a conspiracy rabbit hole that basically causes him to become the monster in his own story without even realizing it.
I think I didn't see it, but his name is above the title, so that would probably be.
Begonia's great. It was my honorable mention one of my honorable mentions, but I still really liked it. And again, every year I tell people, I'm like, every year has a lot of great movies. You just need to look beyond the multiplex sometimes.
I don't think I want that to be my first Yorgos though.
Go see The Lobster.
Yeah,
Lobster's. It's like I'd say The Lobster or The Favorite are probably good entries.
Okay. My snub is I'm still waiting for my boy R. Pats to get a nomination for something. Come on.
He should have been
speaking of
nominated
playing
for
more
The Boy
than
and
one
the Heron,
person.
but also it won, but also one animated, but also
no.
What?
Damn it, Ellie! Now you're just reminding me of the fact that looking back at this point, rousing, neither Pattinson nor Dafoe got nominated for The Lighthouse.
Yeah. For Best Actress, we have Jessie Buckley for Hamnet.
Yeah!
Woo!
Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Kate Hudson for Song Song Blue.
What the fuck?
Her?
Renee Rensby for Sentimental Value.
Yeah!
And Emma Stone for Begonia.
Yeah!
So it's Jessie Buckley. Moving on.
Yeah, no,
this is
Emma Stone
Buckley's
is a
to lose at
possible
this point.
upset because
they just love Emma Stone. I don't get why. I do love Emma Stone.
They love Yorgos.
Jessie Buckley should have won in 2020 for I'm Thinking of Ending Things. That is all.
Buckley should have been nominated. I actually checked. I'm like, oh, she had to have been nominated for like at least a couple of other awards. She's only been nominated one other time for a movie that I don't think is really, it's not bad, but I didn't think it was really award worthy, The Lost Daughter. But I'm like, she wasn't nominated for Women Talking. She wasn't nominated for Wild Rose. She wasn't nominated for If I'm Thinking of Ending Things. What are we doing here? She's literally one of the best actresses working today, and I'm so glad everyone else is seeing what I have seen since I saw Beast back in 2018.
Also, again, I'm going to repeat myself. I don't think Emma Stone's got this because, again, Begonia is too weird to win over enough Academy voters.
Also, I'm gonna defend Emma Stone here. I absolutely get why the Academy loves her. And hey, like her first movie was what, Superbad or something?
I will say, as far as the Academy, I kind of love the fact her career post La La Land just went into the Frank Reynolds, I'm gonna get weird.
Yeah, no, like she is. If you told me in when she was an Easy A that she would become like a multiple award-winning actress, I'd be like, really? But I think she's a very good actress. She's very smart with her choices, and she is not afraid to, as Todd puts it, get weird with it. I think she's a really good risk-taking actress, and I'm glad that she's actually getting rewarded for it. But yeah, Jessie Buckley is winning this. Everyone sit down. In terms of snubs, it's never a good thing when I can look at a nominee and immediately think of 5 other people who could be there. Chase Infinity should be there over Kate Hudson. Cynthia Erivo should be there over Kate Hudson. I think Sally Hawkins and Bring Her Back.
Yes! Sorry.
Make a case for that. I thought Ava Victor, they are fantastic in Sorry Baby. Sorry Baby is one of my favorite movies of last year, which got completely hosed because A24 just dropped it like a hot potato, as they do 90% of their films.
Amanda Seyfried.
Testament Van. Yeah.
I haven't seen Ann Lee yet. We're actually going tomorrow night. But yes, it's never a good sign when I look at a nominee and go, I can think of multiple people who should be here more than you. And like, let's face it, Kate Hudson wouldn't even be here if she wasn't Goldie Hawn's daughter, because in my opinion, she's never been that great of a performer.
So I'd like to take a moment
She's Goldie Hawn's daughter?
Yeah, she's Goldie Hawn's kid.
Oh, hell yeah.
I agree with you.
Backtrack briefly on Liz's note about A24 just completely dropping someone. Man, remember the lead up to the Smashing Machine when everyone thought Dwayne Johnson was going to be like...
Whoa.
I
Emily
agree.
Blunt for the Smashing Machine.
I agree with you about everything you said about Emma Stone. The issue I understand why the Academy likes her. I don't get why they, more than Lily Gladstone and Killers of the Flower Moon, like her, and I don't get why they like her so much when Kristen Stewart did basically the same thing and is, in my opinion, a better actress. But I'm biased.
I think they're both on equal footing.
Oh,
Although I agree with you, Lily Gladstone. I mean, the fact that when she won, everyone said, "Wait, why didn't Lily Gladstone win?" Even Emma Stone, as
she almost had an oh shit look on her face as her name got read.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm so sorry. I don't think I should have won either." But it's a. I do think I know, I do. I think she's like a Margot Robbie, where she started one way and then she immediately picked the right roles to show us all, like, no, I'm actually a really good actress. But I mean, I'm perfectly okay with her being here for Begonia. I'm actually really happy that Renee. It's absurd she was not nominated for worst person in the world, let alone that she didn't win.
Well, I mean, as we've discussed before, the Academy is only very slowly starting to recognize actors in foreign language performances.
Remember when Parasite won Best Picture, but no one in that movie was nominated for acting?
Insane. Speaking of acting awards, Best Supporting Actor nominees are Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another.
I've had a few.
Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein.
Hell yeah.
Easily the best part of that movie.
Delroy Lindo for Sinners.
Yeah!
Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. And Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value.
Woo!
I'm going to go ahead and say, Academy, look me dead in the eyes. Academy, look me dead in the eyes. You're not allowed to give it to Sean Penn. He's already won, and we are way too eager to swallow some of the shit he's done to people. So, like, let's...
I was actually saying that, because this is another one where I looked at everyone here, and I'm like, everyone here gives a good performance, but I know that Delroy Lindo was a big surprise, and a very happy surprise.
I thought Miles Caden was gonna get in, but also...
Well, I think the one everyone was thinking was it was going to be Penn, Del Toro, Elordi, Skarsgård, and then Paul Mescal for Hamnet. So him not making it was a shock, but I'm gonna say this. Sean Penn, is he great in One Battle After Another? Yes, but let's face it, Sean Penn playing a violent misogynist is not a stretch for him. So let's just take him out and put Paul Mescal, the world's most fuckable Shakespeare, in this category.
I don't know. Joe Fiennes is kind of fuckable in Shakespeare.
Not compared to Paul Mescal, my
Fair
Irish prince.
enough.
What about Kenneth Branagh in that movie that everyone but me forgot about, and that I also forgot about, except for the fact that Kenneth Branagh played Shakespeare?
I completely am blanking on which one you're talking about, so that's just something right there.
Look, the Onion headline of Hamnet being about Paul Mescal playing a fuckable Shakespeare and Jessie Buckley playing his fuckable wife is so on point. I want my fuckable Shakespeare nominated, damn it.
It's called All Is True. It came out in 2018.
Yeah. Did he direct it as well, or
he did?
But yeah, likewise, in a sense, they all deserve to be there. In another sense, I am pulling for anybody but Penn.
Yeah.
Personally, I love it. It's Lindo. I'm still slightly putting the needle towards Stellan Skarsgård as this is a guy who's been just consistently delivering good work for years, and it's weird realizing this is his first time up.
And he's so good in the movie, too. Like, I could see a lesser movie where his character is a lot more one-dimensional, but like, Skarsgård, he brings so much soul to it, as he does, like, every performance. I don't know. Yeah, Sentimental Value really got to me as someone where it's like, my father is not a bad dad by any means, but I just feel like I can't connect with him. So Sentimental Value really spoke to me.
It's a balancing act performance where it's like, you can see why people who aren't his kids are charmed by this guy, but you can also see why, from the perspective of his kids, they look and go, this is the asshole that wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in terms of who an upset could be, Elordi or Del Toro. Yeah. I think Elordi and Del Toro are the only ones who could really kind of threaten Skarsgård. I think Lindo was a great surprise because he's fantastic in Sinners. I remember when I first saw the movie opening night in IMAX, and I just was like, man, talk about how badass is Delroy Lindo's final moment in that movie.
Oh, very badass.
I'm really
considering what we know about his character and what he has witnessed. you almost kind of feel like for him that last act is, okay, I've seen so much violence inflicted that maybe I couldn't have stopped. I can stop this. I'm gonna try. And he's like, if I'm going out trying to protect somebody.
I'm gonna backtrack on fuckable Shakespeare for a quick moment. I did not say that. I did not say Shakespeare in Love was good. I said that Joe Fiennes was fuckable. And now I'm done.
Inferior Fiennes, in my opinion. Come on.
I know Rafe has more of a career than.
In a just world, he might actually be in a contention next year for 28 years later.
Yeah, I'm just for the Bone Temple.
I'm getting everyone out of the. I'm getting this out of the way right now. We do this every year these days, ever since Get Out. Oh, why didn't this actor and why didn't this horror movie get nominated? Okay, well, because it's a horror movie. So manage your expectations.
I know.
Manage your expectations, everybody.
Semi-related on the snubs for this category. I can't really call it a snub per se because I knew it wasn't actually going to happen. There was a part of me which was going, if I could have run this ballot, I would have put in David Johnson for The Long Walk as a possible.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have liked to see Josh O'Connor for Wake Up Dead Man. I know that not everyone is a big fan of Ryan Johnson in this call, but I really liked Wake Up Dead Man. You can't stop me.
Oh, yeah,
you don't have the legal right.
I like his mystery stuff. He's really good at that.
You don't have the legal right to stop me, though, Liz.
No, I don't.
Our nominees, speaking of surprise nominees, our nominees for Best Supporting Actress are Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdottir Lilius for Sentimental Value,
yes,
Amy Madigan for Weapons,
yes!
Wunmi Mosaku from Sinners.
Wow!
Ow! And I'm not editing this.
Cat with that one.
Let's not blow out people's speakers. And Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another.
Hell yeah! A perfect category. Not one person I'd swap out. Everyone here is great.
It is weird to say they're all deserving to be there, but of the group, it's I'm sorry, Elle Fanning, you were good in the movie, but lined up against everybody else, you are kind of the back of the train right now.
But I don't know, I used to think that, but I've thought back more about her role in that movie, and I'm I really do love what she does. And I love her character in that film,
Again,
too.
it is still a great performance, but just compared to what everybody else's lineup is all.
But yeah, this is, my God, Amy Madigan getting in for our generation's Ruth Gordon and Rosemary's Baby. It just warms my heart so much.
Madigan has the narrative going for her right now. That is a freight train.
I know a lot of people think Teyana Taylor's going to win, which I love. I've been on the Teyana Taylor train since 1001. She is a good actress. I tell anyone who thinks she's just playing herself to go watch 1001 and go nope, she's an actress, go see it. But I would not there's a part of me that's I think come Oscar night, Amy Madigan, Aunt Gladys is gonna go up there with her little bag and glasses and win.
And she's gonna ask for a bowl of water and a piece of hair.
I love her so. Also, cool fact, if you did not know, both Amy Madigan and Ed Harris, back in, I think it was 99 or 98, when Elia Kazan got a special Oscar. Amy Madigan and Ed Harris were very publicly, right in front of the camera, sitting down and not clapping. Stone-faced. And someone asked Madigan recently, so do you regret not applauding when he won the honorary Oscar? And she said, not at all.
I mean, he did do On the Waterfront, which was it is okay to snitch on your friends for being commies.
The man made Face in the Crowd. I love Face in the Crowd. The man also named names. He can go fuck himself.
He can go fuck himself.
Streetcar is pretty good.
Huh.
I will say, I know that I am our lone Marty Supreme defender, but I would really have liked to see Odessa Asian.
I agree. She would. That's
a good performance.
She would have been a good nominee as well. So again, I know it's probably it's a race between Madigan and Taylor. I think they're the only two real contenders. Mm-hmm. But I would I'm trying to manifest an upset for Mosaku. Annie might be my favorite character in cinema this year. And if they still showed clips, Her clip should have just been, "You've been walking your fat ass in and out of here all night. Why do you need to be invited in?"
Yes!
So
the hero we need.
So I will admit, I'm still convinced Madigan's probably going to take it. And one kind of slightly selfish reason I'm pulling for this, and I'm going to say up front, this contains a spoiler for Weapons, so if you haven't seen it yet, listeners, cover your ears for the next 5 seconds. Is so I can post on social media. It is the year 2026, and finally have a Best Supporting Actress winner who was violently torn apart by an angry mob of feral children.
That'll happen, yeah.
Yeah.
I was simply just going to say that I would have liked to see Odessa nominated simply because she is a champion-level freak matcher in that movie.
Ooh.
I hope she and Marty have a 50-year marriage that leaves 20 dead and dozens injured.
That's one of the things I do like is the movie doesn't just make her this simply a tragedy sponge. She's able to bring the crazy.
Our nominees for Best Original Screenplay are Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident,
Yes,
Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners.
Woo! I think Sinners is getting it. I wish Weapons got a screenplay nom, but also it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I will admit I have a slight bias because I did have It Was Just an Accident as my number one, but you put me to it. Yeah, I'm thinking it's Sinners is taking this one.
It's Sinners or it's Sentimental Value.
I think this is probably the highest I mean, again, the Academy has gotten better on horror. I mean, my goodness, they recognized horror 2 years in a row. Like, this is unheard of.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
I think there's still a ceiling there. So I think if they're going to give Sinners any of the big 5 awards, they're giving it screenplay.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
It's deserved. Absolutely deserved.
I think that its main competition is Sentimental Value. I was kind of depressed a little bit by seeing It Was Just an Accident train kind of grind to a halt.
Yeah,
if you'd asked me 3 months ago what I thought was going to win Best International, I'd have said that. Now I don't think that at all.
The fact that F1 is in Best Picture contending and It Was Just an Accident is where it is.
Certainly is. Our Best Adapted Screenplay nominees are Begonia, Frankenstein,
Woo!
Hamnet,
Woo!
One Battle After Another,
Woo!
and Train Dreams.
Woo!
I don't think anyone here has seen Train Dreams, Gillian.
No.
I think you're good.
I mean, I'll probably have to get to it before the big night, but we've still been kind of in our self-imposed Netflix embargo, so this is going to be raising the Jolly Roger.
Fuck you for what you did to Glow.
Fuck you for what you did to Glow.
Fuck you for what you did to a lot of things.
I'm not going to lie, it's a lot of stuff.
I was about to say Sense8, but they at least gave Sense8 a movie to wrap everything up.
I am not okay with this.
First Kill. Taking Arrested Development off after saving the show, arguably, debatably.
Well, to be fair, those seasons
I mean, it's a shame it only had 3 seasons, but...
Yeah, it's a shame that Arrested Development only had 3 seasons. Could have used some more. Certainly wouldn't have gotten really annoying. We're not doing Arrested Development discourse right now. We are declaring our Best Adapted Screenplay suggestions. I think this is either Hamnet or One Battle.
Yeah.
I think One Battle is winning, although from everything I've heard, and I mainly go by Matt Leck on the Majority Report because he has read a lot of Pynchon, he's actually said it's not really like it's a loose adaptation.
Yeah. It's barely there, yeah.
How many voters are going to be specifically Linamics to the source material?
So if you were to ask me what I think the best adaptation would be, I would go between 2. I'd go between Frankenstein, if I were a voter. Frankenstein, which I think captures the tragic essence of Mary Shelley's story, whilst really driving home that Victor's a fucking idiot.
I love Frankenstein. I don't think any movie
support Vic.
I don't think any movie just inspired more annoying discourse than that this year.
Oh god, yeah.
You are not wrong.
This is why I got rid of my Twitter and specifically stay away from film discourse and film Twitter now because it's too annoying. But anyway, my other pick for what I would actually say the best adaptation is Begonia. Because I have seen Save the Green Planet.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, but that is the changes that it makes work very well for the environment we're in now, and it also Yorgos is able to make the story his own thing rather than just I'm going to do a one-to-one copy of this. So if I were voting, I'd go between Frankenstein or Begonia in terms of what's gonna win. I mean, it's probably going to be one battle.
Also, I mean, I'd say I think one of the things that might go against Begonia is that ending was incredibly divisive from people who kind of.
I'm going to say this. I think it's the better of the two. I'm sorry that spoilers for Begonia, everybody.
No, we're not doing spoilers.
Montage of just the dead bodies across the planet.
No, it's too new.
Where have all the flowers gone? Just such a perfect Yorgos moment. It's so great. I was chuckling the entire time, and other people in the theater thought I was insane.
Moving on to a less contested, but certainly not interesting category. Best animated feature: Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters,
Woo!
Little Amelie or the Character of Rain,
Woo!
and Zootopia 2.
That audible slam you just heard is Netflix kicking down the door and going, "Give us the Oscar."
Yeah, it's K-pop Demon Hunters. I have discovered that people do not appreciate my opinions on that movie, so we're moving on.
I still haven't.
Yeah, no, we'll watch it eventually. I mean, it's probably winning. You know Ellie, you know that this has been my stance since Brave stole Paranorman's Oscar. Anyone but Disney.
I mean, also, it kind of feels like there has been a steady sentiment among voters kind of turning against Disney.
Yeah.
And I think some of it has been fueled by that backlash of people finding out a lot of voters, along the same lines, the fact there's now the bigger push for you have to watch all the movies before you put in your votes.
Man.
My opinion of K-pop Demon Hunters is that it is about 95 minutes long.
Yeah. I mean, it also, we did not have, the past couple years for animated feature have been really good. I feel like this year might have been, it just was not as, a little bit more underwhelming.
Good.
Because there's the discourse around it, no, guys, they were never going to nominate Chainsaw Man or Demon Slayer because those are movies that come with homework. And you're not going to sell an Academy viewer on going, you need to watch a 26-plus episode series to understand this movie. It's just not doable.
I do love whenever I hear weebs go, there's an anti-anime bias at the Academy, where I'm like, I can literally point to multiple anime films that have been nominated and won Best Animated Feature.
I think that the argument I would make about a lack of anime at the Academy has a fairly extreme blind spot for any really non-American, but really non-European or American animated films. And while they do nominate animated films from Japan, unless you are Studio Ghibli, you are not winning.
Mirai got a nomination as well. Like they've again, the animated category has been getting better little by little.
No Your Name, no Paprika, none of that. I'm still annoyed about Paprika.
From the past few years, one I'll say for the Academy, this is the Jason figured it out moment. The Golden Globes nominated Inuo. The Academy still has yet to acknowledge Masaki Iwasa.
Yeah. Gillian, as our K-pop Demon Hunters defender in the room, would you like to add anything?
It's winning feature. I'm not sure if it's going to win original song, but we're not there yet.
We'll get there.
So I will hold my tongue.
Speaking of best features of some variety, best international feature film, The Secret Agent.
Great list.
It Was Just an Accident.
Yeah.
Sentimental Value.
Yeah.
Surat.
Yeah.
And The Voice of Hind Rajab.
There is. Yeah. I still need to see Surat and The Voice of Hind Rajab, but everything I've heard is like there is not a miss in this category.
Yeah,
Good.
I do love that 2 years in a row we have had films that are very sympathetic to the cause of Palestinian liberation and really survival at this point. So, really happy for that. Sentimental Value is probably walking away with this. Although, wait, isn't The Secret Agent in that category?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well then I think The Secret Agent might...
Which, again...
It's a battle between Secret Agent and Sentimental Value. And since Neon distributed both, Neon's just going to sit back and go... whoever wins wins.
I mean, Neon's got fingers on 3 out of 5 of those buttons.
I will add just because I don't get a chance to do this super often. One movie I did see at Tribeca last year is "Don't You Let Me Go." It was the, I want to say, Uruguayan nominee this year.
Ooh.
Great movie. Did not get up to the short list. Wish it had gotten there. It deserves it.
I'll look for that.
Uh,
But yeah, I really love Sentimental Value. I really liked, and It Was Just an Accident. I really liked Secret Agent. John Waters likes Seurat, and if it's good enough for John, I think it's good enough for all of us.
yeah.
John has good taste usually. I think.
Like every now, well, I mean, hey, art is subjective, as like Ellie and I have shown with Eddington and Marty Supreme, where it's like, oh, I get why people like it. It just wasn't for me.
I will add, since every time Ari Aster comes up in a podcast, some listener will eventually be like, no, you have to understand Ari Aster is doing X, Y, and Z. No, I do actually understand it.
Exactly.
It just doesn't work for me.
Well, that's the thing with Marty Supreme. I'm like, no, I understand everything this movie's doing. It just wasn't something I liked watching. I'm fine.
That's fair.
Yeah, well, but exactly. It's sometimes not every filmmaker works for everyone, and that is also okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wish people would just realize that, like, sometimes just not vibing with the movie is not a moral decision. It's just this isn't hitting with me.
Mm-hmm. Our nominees for Best Documentary Feature Film are The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light,
Ooh.
Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor.
I do not know what any of these are.
Me
neither. Any of them.
I will say, Come See Me in the Good Light is a documentary about a lesbian poet who died of cancer last year. I think it's probably got the win behind it if Apple remembers to that they make movies.
That is always a tricky if.
I love Apple because they'll make some of the best movies of the year, and then they'll be like, oh, we probably should have told someone we made those, huh?
Well, I feel that way about I feel like I've started to describe A24 as a merchandising company that occasionally distributes film.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like they're way more pushing, like, hey, buy all this merch than they are with, like, 90% of their films. Once again, Sorry Baby, getting hosed, no physical release. Also, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, which is I loved that movie. No physical release either. And don't get me started on how they completely fucking dropped the ball on Love Lies Bleeding and TV Glow last year. Don't get me started.
A24, I need you to put some weight behind your movie. We could have Academy Award nominee Katie O'Brien, and instead she's in that fucking boxing movie with Sydney Sweeney. And Queens of the Dead. That was really good.
The Running Man. She got to be hot in The Running Man and do some of her own
She's
stuff.
always hot. Katie
That's
O'Brien.
true.
No, wait, she has a wife, damn it. Katie O'Brien, your wife is a very lucky woman.
I was going to say, they might be open, just putting that out there.
That's fair. I'm gonna censor all of my thoughts right there and move on to Best Original Song. As Gillian said, she will have thoughts on this one. We have Dear Me from Diane Warren, Relentless.
My favorite seat filler.
I almost wonder if there's some old guard voters who are now like, I could give it the win, but why break the streak now?
Gillian, I love you.
Legend is more important.
You never bet against Diane Warren! Not for a win, but she'll be there.
Again,
Gold.
the legend must be maintained now.
She's 0 for 17, and
oh my god, she's the Susan Lucci of the Oscars.
Our next song is Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, which you might have remembered from being in the top 5 for like 40 weeks straight.
Please, I wish they got to advertise other songs, but
it wasn't even the best song in the movie, and
it was not the best song in the movie, but it was catchy, and it's.
Between that and Sinners, it really felt like this would be a year of musical double dipping. And
yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm talking over you. Okay, but so I'm torn between Golden and I Lied to You. I can see one upsetting over the other, as see one or the other, maybe.
Our next
I
nominee is "I Lied to You" from Sinners.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's
Got
okay. You're
The
great.
nominees, who cares? They're not winning.
Okay,
"Sweet Dreams of Joy" from Viva
Viva
Verdi.
Verdi?
Okay, every so often, this movie doesn't even have a Wikipedia. Every so often, there's a movie where like it gets nominated for Best Original Song, and every year I'm like, what is that? No, really, what is it? You're making that up.
Although it's never going to be as great as that one song from that Christian movie that got nominated, and then they realized they broke the rules, and they're like, "Sorry, nomination rescinded."
And our last,
I have always maintained Best Original Song is the biggest wild card crapshoot category every year.
minefield of a category. And our last song is Train Dreams from Train Dreams, which is not going to win, but for the rest of my life, I get to say Academy Award nominee Nick Cave, so that makes me happy.
Okay, there's that.
It's a race. Like everyone else. I'm happy you're here, but
I know.
Between
Okay.
Sinners and K-pop Demon Hunters, I feel like Sinners just has more of the momentum here. I think it's going to edge out, although potentially unpopular opinion. I kind of wish that Last Time I Seen the Sun was also here, because I think I actually like that song more.
They were both shortlisted, but also if having multiple songs from one movie does
Split.
it can split the vote, so
That's how you wind up with Once being an Oscar winner.
that's how you end up with Inconvenient Truth.
Well, thankfully, because
I
that's
like
one
Falling
for-
Slowly.
Yeah, Falling Slowly is wonderful, Ellie. How dare you?
I'm simply saying that everyone was predicting Enchanted would win Best Original Song that year, and it didn't because they nominated 3 songs.
Wicked got shafted in a lot of the technicals, I'll give it that, but I loved Girl in the Bubble, and I think Girl in the Bubble could have been slated in here, too.
I'd
I'd say No Place Like Home, Girl in the Bubble should have been my pee break. If not for the song itself, it's for where it was placed. You broke the fucking momentum of Witch Hunters. Fourth is...
I like Girl in the Bubble as a song. I like it in the movie. It does continue the thing that the second movie did, where it's like, hey, you know that issue where suddenly this guy is supposed to be the most important thing in the play? Yeah, we're gonna really forget that he exists for like 80% of it.
Piero,
This is the Elphaba and Glinda.
I was.
This is the Elphaba and Glinda show, and also there's some guy. He's very happy to be here.
I mean, I remember watching, every time, when I watched it, I'm just like, you know what, Elfie, you had a man who was going to give you a spare castle. Fuck your sister. She sucks and has never supported you. Go fuck this man again and get your castle, girly.
Elfie, your bestie is like insane levels of down bad. Just get on that, Elphaba.
Elphaba Throp, you have 2 hands.
for holding Glinda's.
Look, we're seriously going to argue The Land of Oz doesn't do poly. Let's be fair here.
The books it canonically does. Elphaba's parents were in a throuple.
Oh my god. Oh, I will never not love talking about Wicked.
But unfortunately, we don't get to talk about Wicked in the technicals because it didn't get any nominations.
That's my big snub this year.
I mean,
how was Avatar nominated for costume?
How was it nominated for costume?
I do just need to maintain my one odd thought about Wicked, which is, again, when you come to the end of Wonderful and realize these guys are having a song and dance number next to a secret black site.
I will say Wonderful in the movie is real. It continues the problem. We're like, why do we care about Fiero? This is the relationship in this movie that matters. They managed to keep me awake during Wonderful, which is it's the worst song in the show, guys.
Yep. Agreed.
Fair enough.
Just bring in Elphaba's girlfriend.
It continues the thing from the first movie of making songs that are usually skips, not skips. So.
Oh yeah,
True.
No, I have contended. I actually think, for all of its faults, Wicked for Good improved upon the second act of the show.
It did, which is not super hard because Wicked is not a good second act show. I'm sorry to say, and I love. Don't fucking come.
I still love it.
Listen, I have seen Wicked live 3 times. I have seen no other Broadway show live more than once. So I really. We're just gonna move on before I make any more embarrassing.
Score again, or
Oh,
I love you,
Sinners
Gillian.
is winning score. No one is.
We are moving on to the technicals as a whole. Hit me with your overarching stuff.
Sinners is running away with technicals.
Mm-hmm. Brief note. In the technicals, let's give it. Speaking of not forgetting horror, let's give it up for the ugly stepsister making it to the starting line.
I see that as an upset.
For the Academy having to acknowledge body horror, so yeah, let's fucking go.
Especially after they ignored Crimes of the Future, so I'm like, oh, finally. It's like they finally woke up and realized, hey, wait a minute, horror's a really good genre and we should be recognizing it. You're goddamn right, you should.
Right. It's like, in terms of specific categories, I will say one potential challenger to Sinners and Best Editing is, I think One Battle After Another, I'm not counting it out of editing, especially for the chase sequence alone.
Yeah, no, I do. I think you're right. I think One Battle's winning editing, but score, I think, it's going to have a bit of a fight with cinematography. I think Sinners might pull it out with cinematography, because it's the best looking movies of last year.
Mm-hmm. Also, the oneer. There's a oneer.
Also, as long as I'm making fun of movies that got into the technicals, hey, let's all give it up for Happy to Be Here, Jurassic World Rebirth.
You know,
in another server, someone in another server.
17 in visual effects.
Actually, you know what?
Okay.
So
go ahead, Gillian.
Someone in another server said. Hold on. It's like Rebirth got nominated, so the Academy remembers that Jonathan Bailey exists.
You know,
go ahead, Todd.
That logic, and honestly, looking back, and I'm a little surprised it took me this long to realize it. Okay, and I'll be the first to normally admit, Cape stuff is overplayed in the special effects category. I could have seen a better case for like Superman.
Oh yeah, no, Superman.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Superman could have been there. Mickey 17 could have been there. You could. Wicked Part 2 could have been there.
Yep.
That box transformation, yeah.
Again, as I said before, how the hell does Avatar, a CGI movie, get best costuming and Wicked is not even nominated? What is happening here?
A lot of the humans.
Unfortunately, much like Diane Warren, you never bet against James Cameron.
Well, you bet against him for Best Picture because that mofo wasn't nominated. Ha ha ha.
At least in VFX. I mean, but also.
I do wonder because he spent a lot of the Fire and Ash PR tour very, very blatantly telling us all that he doesn't really care about the series anymore and he's sick of it. And I wonder if the fact that this doesn't even get a Best Picture nomination now, he's just like, fine, I'm going. Like, I think the 2 decades of people making fun of Avatar for having no cultural impact finally got to him.
I will say that
so now he's just like, fine, no more.
I will say about Avatar, Fire and Ash, and all of you here have heard this, but I don't know if the audience has. I went into Avatar. I go into every Avatar movie hoping to feel something. You know, the first 2, they sure did exist in the same space as me for about 3.5 hours each. Like they were there. I guess they were occasionally pretty. I felt nothing. I do finally feel something about Fire and Ash. I fucking hate that movie. Saved from being the worst movie of the year because they keep letting the fucking guys who made Endgame make movies. I don't remember. Good.
I do kind of find it fascinating that, yeah, even though they didn't have the same box office impact, man, Denis Villeneuve is just eating Cameron's lunch in terms of doing a sci-fi story about colonialism right now.
He is.
And I am really hoping he sticks the landing later this year, because I feel like the Academy's been hedging on that. Let's see how it all comes together.
Also because I feel if Denis Villeneuve does not stick the landing, Todd is going to personally find his house and have words.
Hey, I already survived the John Harrison adaptation. I think I can get through this.
Are you sure?
This is that dunk thing you like?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure when I saw Dune Part 1 with Todd, I think I saw a little single tear eke out at one point.
Again, I think the bigger concern was when you were going to the questions like, look, we'll ask these afterwards, otherwise they're going to keep snowballing.
Oh yeah, no, I kept asking him questions during the movie, and Todd is a very patient man, but at one point he turns to me and just said, I will tell you everything after the film.
It was less that, it was more of a, let's wait till after. Trust me.
No, you were a little bit more. The undercurrent was, honey, shut up. I want to watch this.
I was literally thinking, we're not going to have the time for this. It's going to snowball.
Look, I love some of my family members with all my heart and soul. We were watching Fellowship together one time, and when Arwen shows up and puts her sword to Aragorn's throat, my aunt pauses it and asks, "Who's that?" And I was just sitting there going, "They will explain to you who she is in 90 seconds."
See? You get it.
Anyway, does anyone have any final thoughts on not the upcoming Denis Villeneuve sweep or the previous Denis Villeneuve snubs?
I will come back to one of my earlier sticking points, but wanted to give first, just specifically for technical category. The fact no other choice is not up for best editing. What are we fucking doing?
Yeah, agreed.
They fucking hate giving technical awards to Park Chan-wook for some reason, even though every year he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go put more thought into a conversation between two people in an otherwise empty room than most people put into their climactic action sequences."
Oh, well, like, I think I said this about Decision to Leave, but Park Chan-wook is one of those directors where it's like, he utilizes space so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just one where, like, every single, it's not like there's too much going on, but every single scene, it's like, Jesus, he thinks about every single frame of his film. Also, would have loved to have seen Mickey 17 in some technicals. I really liked Mickey 17.
Me too.
It got shafted.
Yeah. Honestly, I could have seen a good case for that for best costume design over.
Yeah.
I do wonder if the fact that so much of the costume design in Fire and Ash is CG is going to lead to some tension among voters.
I'm just really happy they gave an Oscar nomination to someone for being like, "That little twink, I want him in a tank top. I want him in a tank top right now."
Hell yeah. I mean,
also, the other reason Wicked should have gotten best costume design is because, like, halfway after No Good Deed, where Elphaba just rips her sleeves off and we get to see Cynthia's biceps, I'm like,
yeah,
God, someone needs an award for that.
See, I thought you were going to mention the sex cardigan.
Well, sex cardigan too.
Cynthia.
Cardigan.
Sex cardigan.
Cynthia, if whatever's going on between you and Ariana isn't serious, call me. I would say, like, maybe it's open, but I don't want to mess with whatever's Ariana's going on there. She scares
Ellie,
me.
Did you see the way Cynthia protected Ariana from that, like, influencer who got on the red carpets? That is a closed situation.
Yeah, whatever they've got. I hope they're very happy together. Have fun, ladies. eat some food. Both of you are very skinny.
Everyone, please get off the Ozempic. It's okay to have. Look, I'm gonna say this is someone who fell down the stairs last year, and all I sustained was a nasty bruise on my hip. Having a couple extra pounds is not a bad idea. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Gillian, any final thoughts?
No. Sorry.
It's okay. We still love you.
Season. Yeah.
Liz, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Support your local library. Actually, it was not up for documentary this year, but there was a very good documentary that came out called The Librarians, and it is about the book banning measures. The main two states they focus on are Texas and Florida, obviously, but if you care about intellectual freedom at all and the right to read what you want and make your own decisions as to what to read, it is a really important film to watch, and it is about how important that freedom is, and anyone who just says, oh, well, you could just buy them at a store, keep in mind, number one, not everyone has money, but number two, there have also been a lot of laws that say you can't distribute or sell certain material, and a lot of book bans end up having an impact on publishers. In fact, there are a lot of major publishers now who are a little bit getting cold feet on publishing queer material because of these book bans and challenges. So go watch the documentary, The Librarians, everybody. And also, if you have not yet seen it, go see Sorry Baby. Beautiful film, one of the best of the year.
Todd, do you have anything you would like to plug?
So, not too much this time. Right now, I will say I've been currently going through a informal writing challenge / project called 52 Pickup, where I am knocking 52 films that have been sitting on my to-do list off the list this year.
Woo!
As of yesterday, I posted the most recent entry on The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, the Dario Argento film. I have been posting the links in Ellie's Discord channel, and I actually realized I forgot to post that one there last night, so that'll probably go up later today. And I will say it's going to be interesting because next week is going to be Yellow Submarine. That's
We all live
That
in one
movie's
of
great.
those.
We do.
Gillian, my beloved friend Gillian, do you have anything you would like to plug?
I am Cutie Puppy Fire on the socials. That is it.
Excellent. I'm actually not going to include my pre-recorded plugs this time because I don't want to edit this more than a tiny bit. You can find me on Tumblr at Football and Tuxedos and on Medium, Letterboxd, and Blue Sky at LSR42, emphatically not Twitter. To quote the philosopher of our time, Fraxium, you need to get off Twitter because it gives you fucking mental illness.
Yes, it does. Getting off Twitter was the best decision I made, and I did that back in 2020.
This is just a little bonus episode. We will hope to see you in, I think, just about a little over a week for Midsummer Night's Dream.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Thanks for everyone for coming out.